Welcome to the Digital Hustle Podcast. We're all about finding the smartest, most effective ways to build and grow your business online. And hey, right before we dive in, if your big goal is to hit that $10,000 a month mark online, I've got something you're going to want to see. Just check out the very first link down in the description when you get a moment. All right, let's get to it. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a pretty fascinating system that's making some seriously bold claims, and it all revolves around this powerful, kind of mysterious idea called the black box. So let's just start with the number that gets everyone's attention, $113,530. Now, according to the creator of this system we're breaking down, this is not some made-up number. This is the amount of money they claim was generated in just 90 days using this exact system. It's a huge claim, right? And it's meant to make you stop and think, because it suggests a totally different kind of result is possible, and it really forces us to ask one simple question: how? So let's unpack that. This quote comes straight from the system's creator, a guy named Dave Espino, and you can just feel the aha moment in it. He talks about how, instead of going down the usual path, writing another ebook or filming a super complicated course, he just decided to try something different. He took a simple idea, a concept, and fed it into this so-called black box. And what he got back wasn't just a document or a video. It was something completely new. It was a functional, ready-to-go asset. This was the light bulb moment that sparked this entire system. Okay, so let's get into our first section here, the six-figure black box. We're going to really dig into what this thing is at its core and break down the very specific promises it's making. Because according to the claims, this isn't just a part of the strategy, it's the entire engine that makes the whole thing run. Now, look at this. What's so interesting here isn't just that big number at the top, it's everything else underneath it. Think about the roadblocks this system claims to just completely remove. You don't need to spend years building up an audience. You don't need to be some coding genius or have crazy tech skills. You don't have to risk your own money on paid ads. And then there's the big one, the promise that it can work on autopilot. I mean, these points speak directly to anyone who's ever felt totally overwhelmed by how complex online business can be. It's being positioned as a true shortcut. In this question, this really cuts to the very heart of the whole idea. I mean, think about the usual grind, right? You got to write the books, film the courses, host the webinars. You have to become the guru in your niche. It forces you to be front and center all the time, constantly churning out content and building a public persona. Well, this system proposes something totally different, a way to create massive value and income completely behind the scenes by focusing only on the product itself. So let's move on and see how this powerful idea actually works in practice. If the black box is the engine, then this section explains what that engine actually builds. And it's presented as more than just a single tool. It's like having your very own personal, on-demand digital product factory. Okay, so this is super important to understand what these products actually are. We're not talking about another info product here. They're called digital assets. The best way to think of them is like little mini software tools or smart AI assistants that you can create without ever writing a single line of code. Their whole purpose is to do something for people, to perform a specific task, not just teach them how to do it. And that's a huge shift in value. The process itself is laid out as being unbelievably simple. It really just boils down to these three steps. First, you start with a simple idea or a problem you've noticed. Second, the black box system does all the heavy lifting in the background, building out the actual digital asset. And third, just like that, you have a finished, sellable product ready for the market. The whole focus here is on speed and automation, letting you turn a quick idea into a real asset in minutes, not months. And the flexibility here is pretty amazing, really. You're not just stuck making one kind of thing. The claim is that you can build specialized tools for any niche you can think of, like, say, a custom macro calculator for a fitness audience or a retirement planner for finance folks. You can create these awesome lead magnets to build your email list like crazy. Or you could even build these assets and just sell them directly to other businesses for a quick payday, sometimes for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It also opens up brand new angles for affiliate marketing, letting you create these unique, high-value bonuses that make your offer the obvious choice. This right here, this is the secret sauce. It's the powerful psychology that this whole strategy is built on. It's a huge shift from selling information to selling execution. The argument is that, look, we are drowning in information. People don't really need another 300-page ebook or a 10-hour video course. What they truly want, what they're more than happy to pay for, are tools that save them time, make their life easier, and just perform a valuable task for them. And hey, just going to jump in here for a second. If you're finding this breakdown valuable and it's sparking some new ideas, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the Digital Hustle Podcast. It really helps us out and lets us know we're on the right track with deep dives like this one. Okay, let's get back into it. All right, so you've got a factory that can pump out these incredible digital products. But anyone who's been in business knows that's only half the story. How do you get customers? Well, that brings us to Section 3, writing the AI traffic wave. This is the second huge piece of the puzzle, and it's all about plugging into a massive source of traffic that supposedly almost nobody is paying attention to yet.
This timeline really puts the opportunity into perspective. The day ChatGPT came out wasn't just another tech story. It was a fundamental shift in how people find information. We're not just Googling it anymore. Millions and millions of people are now having full-on conversations with AI, asking for direct advice, for solutions, for product recommendations. And that behavior change has opened up a brand new, massive, untapped river of potential customers.
So how do you get in on that? The method is called AI ranking. You can basically think of it as the next evolution of SEO. But instead of fighting tooth and nail to get your website on the first page of Google, the goal here is to get your product, your link, your solution embedded directly into the answers that AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok give to their users. You literally become a part of the AI's brain. Yeah, this slide just makes the difference so clear. Traditional SEO is a constant grinding battle for a temporary spot on a page filled with competitors. The claim with AI ranking is that it's a much more permanent, more authoritative position. Once your solution is baked into the AI's knowledge base, you become the trusted go-to answer for potentially millions of people who ask the right question day in and day out. And this all leads us to Section 4, where the opportunity is framed as, well, nothing less than a modern digital gold rush. The idea here is that we are in the very, very early days of this huge shift in how traffic works. The field is wide open, and the people who get in now and stake their claim have a massive first-mover advantage. This is such a great way to break down the paradigm shift. The old playbook was all about being a public expert, a teacher, an influencer. It meant you had to build a brand all around yourself. The new game, as it's presented here, is about being a builder, an architect. You create assets that do things for people, and the real beauty of it is that you can do it all completely anonymously. You don't ever have to show your face or become a personality online. And this quote, man, it just drives that sense of urgency right home. It's just like any gold rush in history, right? The biggest fortunes aren't made by the people who show up late to the party. They're made by the pioneers who got there first, with the right map and the right tools. The argument is that this window of opportunity, where competition is super low and the potential rewards are sky high, is open right now. But it's not going to stay open forever.
Okay, so let's tie this all together in our final section, what this all means for you. How do these two big ideas, this on-demand product factory and this untapped AI traffic wave, combine into one single, powerful business strategy?
This little table just summarizes the whole model perfectly. You've got two core parts working together. First, on one hand, you have the black box, which is your AI-powered product factory. It lets you create valuable digital assets that actually do things. Then, on the other hand, you have the traffic tsunami part, which is the engine that gets your assets discovered by ranking them inside the big AI platforms, driving a steady stream of free, super-targeted traffic right to your offers.
So when you put it all together, the advantages become really clear. We're talking about the ability to create products you can sell with incredible speed. We're talking about the freedom of not needing a big audience or a personal brand to get started. You get the strategic edge of tapping into a brand new traffic source that most people don't even know exists yet. And you get the flexibility to use this in any niche for your own offers, or you could even sell these assets as a service to other businesses.
And that really is the big question this whole system leaves you with, isn't it? Is this model, the super fast creation of functional AI tools, combined with getting traffic from AI itself, is this the new frontier? Is this where digital entrepreneurship is actually heading? The material we've looked at today certainly makes a very, very compelling case that a huge shift is happening right under our feet. It's a truly fascinating concept, right? It just elegantly combines automated product creation with a totally new traffic strategy. If you're intrigued by this new model and you want to go beyond just the theory and see exactly how this black box works for yourself, I've left a link for you to check it out right down in the description. You can get your own copy of Black Box Profits and see what it's all about. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Digital Hustle Podcast.